With the new sneak peek that was released yesterday, we have confirmation that there are 5 brand new civilizations coming to Age of Empires 2. No, that's not just the remakes of the Chinese and the Koreans, though they are getting some changes as well. The Chinese are getting some changes with Fire Lancers being a new unit added, a infantry unit that I'll get to in a moment, rocket carts that are probably replacing the mangonel lines, Chans, which are probably replacing the cannon galleons, and dragon ships as a unique upgrade to fire ships, similar to how the Savar is a unique upgrade to the Nightline for the Persians. I'm guessing this is just a fast fire ship upgrade. We already have dragon ships in game, and I'll show you the stats here. The Chinese also losing camel riders, so I'm thinking that Fire Lancers will have some sort of anti-cavalry the same way they're depicted in the first sneak preview image. The Koreans are also getting the Fire Lancers and the rocket cart, and the War Wagon is having its bonus damage reduced. The turtle ship is now going to have rockets in between cannon shots, probably in line with the rocket cart that's being added. Another hint that the mangonels are being replaced by the rocket carts is the Korean unique tech Shinkinchon being replaced with the mangonel line getting +1 range to rocket carts and turtle ships getting +1 range and firing additional rockets. Hidden amidst what look like quality of life upgrades, we have some tech trees that do not overlap with any existing civilizations. First, I want you to see that there is a Pasture as a new unique building, not a regional building, but a unique building for one of the civilizations. I'll get to that in a moment. Then this tech tree. We see what looks like a fairly well upgraded cavalry archer line, but missing bloodlines, also completely missing the knight line and having step lancers instead. Also being given the Fire Lancer. Coming down to this next tech tree preview, we see that the Fire Lancer is missing from this civilization. We do again have Heavy Cavalry Archer, have Thumb Ring, missing Parthian Tactics, and most notably, missing 2 attack upgrades for infantry and cavalry. We also have this new cavalry unit, which is potentially replacing the Knight line. It might be the same cavalry unit that's hinted up right here, the Hei Guang Cavalry, an all-purpose heavy cavalry. And we know it's not a unique unit because it gets upgraded to heavy Hei Guang Cavalry and not elite Hei Guang Cavalry. Apologies for my pronunciation. This is definitely not my strong suit. Because the tech tree is missing the Fire Lancer, I'm thinking this might be a civilization earlier on in the medieval period, before gunpowder became so prevalent. So this might be the Liao Dynasty of the Khitans. There's also the image of a beefy-looking scorpion replacement in the tech tree. It almost looks like it might be an organ gun that might have multiple projectiles and give pass-through damage. There is also an image in the tech tree that looks like it might be the traction trebuchet. This is a trebuchet that was shot using manpower rather than a counterweight, and it's probably the regional replacement for the bombard cannon, though it might have slightly varied stats. The Liao Dynasty was eventually kicked out of the area by what I think is the next civilization, which would be the Jurchens or the Jin Dynasty. And the first tech tree that we see in the preview seems like it would fit pretty well. We have the Fire Lancers for a civilization that's a little bit further on in the medieval period. We do not have the Knight, and we have Camel Riders and Elite Step Lancers. Many people are speculating that the Iron Pagoda, or Tefutu, might be the unique unit for this civilization. We also see the Jin flag on the castle in the second teaser picture. The third civilization is likely the Tanguts, or the Shishia. The Boxy or Camel Catapult or Mat Paushu is likely their mobile siege unique unit, potentially available in the Castle Age, but it remains to be seen. And I expect them to also get a second unique unit, potentially the Grenadier that we were seeing in the first images. Now, the last 2 civilizations are not quite as clear. The best guess is that we're going to have the Dali Kingdom and the Tibetan Kingdom in some form. In the teaser image is a heavily armored figure that almost looks to me like it might just be a unit that is a meat shield for ranged units behind it. It might have low speed and attack, but very high armor. There are 2 more unique units that have been hinted at, with the Jian Swordsman being the first one. Now, Jian refers to 2 different units as far as I can tell with the English translation. It could be the standard Chinese straight sword present from antiquity, or it could be a rectangular rod-shaped piece of metal that was used to break opponent's swords. So we could have a unit that is lowering the attack of the opponent, kind of similar to the O book of the Poles, lowering the defense of units as it attacks them. The Fire Archer looks pretty similar to the Arbalest based off the statistics that we know at this time, though it looks like it'll have a slower reload time or attack rate. It kind of looks like we're getting Obsidian arrows back, but concentrated into one unit. Going back to the Pasture, the new unique building, it already exists in Age of Empires 4. There, it's given to the Mongols. Here, I'm expecting it to be given to the Tibetans. The way it works is a sheep is spawned every couple of seconds, and you can decide where to send it, likely to your town center, and decide how many villagers collect those sheep. Those sheep will also build up, so it's similar to a farm, but has enough differences that I think makes it interesting in terms of overall strategy. The only change is you might not be putting 6 on sheep anymore. I know that's probably the biggest change to this whole update, is if you're only putting 3 villagers on sheep, because that's the rate that they come out of the pasture. The other civilization that people were speculating could be added among these 5 could be the Uyghurs, but I think they overlap a little bit too much with the Tatars that are already present, since they're also an Eastern Turkic culture, and the Khitan of the Liao Dynasty might also have some overlap there as well, depending on how they want to be portrayed. Let me know your thoughts if you have any other speculation of what's to come, and I'll see you in the comments.